Okay, so brief disclaimer here. This is going to be the only video where I name someone by name. I am not here to call out anyone specifically for this, but this instance of it for this series, I can't avoid saying the name, and it's Andrew Tate, unquote. So, for those of you that know, I'm not a fan. I am not a fan of this guy. I don't like him. I don't like what he stands for. I don't like anything about him. I am biased in this. But this is part of the reason that I am biased against it. I didn't know who this guy was until like 2 weeks before he was arrested. Just disclaimer there. But this is one of the more recent of a negative parasocial relationship, or parasocial relationships, I should say. And this one goes into the predatory range. So I do want to show this. I do want to discuss it. And we will watch this video here. This will be the only time I show a video during this series also. But this is just needed for more context. Let's see here. Here we go.
What you call, if you know, I'm going to play a couple videos for you of Andrew Tate. His thing is all about manipulation, control, deception, making the girls believe that you love them. Listen to this.
Okay, so you heard that phrasing, right? Making the girls believe that you love them. This is the lover boy method. This is not normally considered to be part of parasocial relationships, but just because of his following, I can't ignore that it's parasocial, especially with his followers and his and everything else that goes along with it. Even the girls that are involved in it start as kind of a parasocial relationship, and you'll hear the lingo that he uses in this video. So,
at some point in your future of webcam, go on a date with a girl that you can tell is a complete bore, and you're going to be lazy. Because I've done it myself, and I thought, this girl's fucking slow. And just before you even bang her, you just say, look, why don't you, have you ever tried webcam? Because you're busy, you want her to work, you don't care about anything else, you have enough sex at home. It's not about sex, now it's about money. And you get lazy in your person. And even though she's the biggest hoe in the world, she starts coming at you with some virtue bullshit. I would never do that. Hey, you're freaking horrible. You're disgusting. And then she'll run off and fuck some other guy she meets first night. These girls are that stupid that they think it's okay to go fuck a guy they barely know, but it's wrong to show their tits for money. These girls are that bad. So don't do that. You have to fuck the girls first. Fuck them first. So your bottom bitch has to know you're gonna be out there fucking hoes.
Control them with sex first.
Know it. So look, we're gonna run this business together. We're gonna grow this business together. Right now, you're on camera and you're doing really good. In a year from now, or 2 years from now, I don't want you on camera. I want you typing and the other girls on.
Which isn't true. Because if you don't want her on camera, guess what? You lose your revenue stream, right?
Let her sit there. Yeah. Career, selling a dream, career progression. All the shit they do in normal jobs to keep the fucking person slaving away. Eventually, you're gonna.
What's the operative word here? Slaving away. Those aren't my words.
Here, we're gonna own this. You're gonna make this much. Blah blah blah. But the only way we can do that is if we go have all these threesomes with all these girls. Because these girls have to work for us, and they're not gonna work if they don't love me, because they're gonna run off. So the only way me.
they're going to run off.
About running off. Oh.
You, as a team, are going to be rich people, is if we go get a bunch of girls to suck my dick together. Do you agree? And if you do that right, she'll sit there.
He is such a fucking scumbag. The only way this is gonna work is if you get 2 other guys to suck my dick. Give me a break. So that was one I wanted to show you.
Okay, so yeah, if you heard that, that's him going over part of his method of doing it. But
The other thing is, let's see, So let's just watch this video about Vivian, and we'll talk about it on the other side.
At it where I've had girls who say, "Oh, I know you're with Vivian. I know you've been with her a long time. I don't mind. I'll stay out tonight. You two stay alone." All that shit, but it never lasts long. Because the ones who are really in love with you won't do that. You actually have to downplay your relationship with the girl of 6 years. Relationship with the girl of 6 years. 6 years.
Keep that in mind, guys. Girl of 6 years.
And I only get away with that because the girl of 6 years plays along. So Vivian's been with me 6.
So he's been with Vivian for 6 years, right?
Completely head over heels in love with me. She wants kids with me, everything. And we met and whatever, we're in love. But when a new girl comes, she'll go, "Oh yeah, I started off working for him, and it's just how it worked out."
So Vivian's in on the con, right? And so if you're being deceived, even in the love arena, in order to get you to sex traffic, in order to get you to do the webcam business, it's part of the forced fraud or coercion.
Super downplay us. When I bring on new girls, I usually pair them with Vivian. Because Vivian's younger. Melissa's like 28, Vivian's like 21.
You hear that? Vivian's 21. So he's been with her for 6 years. He's been with her since she was 15. Listen, I don't give a fuck about what the law says. No matter what country it is, do not post that shit in my comments. I don't give a fuck what the law is, what country it's in. That motherfucker is a predator. He is a pedophile. Yeah, I'm going to get hit on this video. I already know it. Maybe not because I'm talking about Andrew Tate, but he is... He just said it. So...
Vivian's 21, and at this point he's been a girlfriend for 6 years. So you do the math. It means that they met when she was 15 years old.
Fun, more outgoing. Melissa's really quite, not in a bad way. She's more homey, boring, sits at home.
I don't know, what did it say? Let me back it up here.
They met when she was 15 years old.
Fun, more outgoing. Melissa's really quite, not in a bad way. She's more homey, boring, sits at home. So if you're
Tristan Tate posted that, okay.
So a description of the relationship process with Vivian. So yeah, that's how it started. I met Vivian in Slovakia. We had a long-term relationship thing. I was living in England. It's a really long story. I don't want to tell you the whole story. I moved her to England to be with me to start doing my webcam company, which I started. If you don't have a webcam company, you need to look into it. As soon as you have a couple girls in love with you, it's the fucking easiest money in the world. No, I take that back. It's not easy money. You got to build it up. But once you get girls built up, then it's free money. Like every other business, you got to build it up. I decided I want to start a webcam business. Vivian's beautiful. I said, "Look, stop being a waitress. Come here and live with me." She came. Everything was fine for a couple weeks. Melissa obviously lived in England. They didn't know about each other. They found out. They tried to have a big argument with me. I did exactly as I said, downplayed it, didn't give a shit. Everyone moved in together. Everyone started doing webcam. I was making loads of money. Then we agreed to the split like we said. And that's basically been it. Since then, new girls have come along. Vivian understands that I'm fucking these hoes, but I don't care about these hoes.
So the manipulation involves Vivian. Aside from Andrew Tate's ultra masculinity, let's just call it that, because I think it's just sick, to be honest with you. He has a penchant for younger girls.
When you run game like me and meet the women who I meet beautiful virgins. I'll do 2 or 3 virgins a year. A virgin when you're an ice cold player. There is a tactic.
When we look at what they're doing, they're on this media blitz. They've hired this human rights lawyer. They've come out with these tweets that are very selective in the text logs that they've shown, and it's pretty clear that these 2 girls are trying to get out of the situation and having to act while they're in the situation. And then from what you've seen with Vivian is clearly in on the trafficking. If you remember Jeffrey Epstein, it's really similar to what Ghislaine Maxwell is doing, because the girls feel comfortable around other girls, right? And it doesn't seem as threatening. We're gonna post this. This was originally, we got this from the Crabman and a couple other places. But look what they're doing. I mean, mostly Eastern European young women. who don't have anything and glob onto what they believe is opportunity are used and abused and served like hell. And I know you guys get out of this guy's psyche. He's got absolutely nothing for you. Now, here's the thing. Am I biased against him? I kind of am, you know, and I'm going to tell you that straight away. But for you to say, for anybody to say they don't have anything against them, they don't have anything, they do. They have a treasure trove. They have a lot. And these girls, I mean, what you saw posted by one of Andrew Tate's cronies was cut and paste job, and it was just to try to make, you know, a public relations campaign. I'm going to show you one more thing that I think is just absolutely hilarious. This is a little video we came across. In fact, I was on this guy's show last week. But this is Andrew Tate's lawyer.
Oh, okay, yeah, we're done with that. Okay, so yeah, as you say, he was trafficking girls. He was doing all of this to them. He admits it. He at least admits to the lover boy method of it. So, and the one girl, it was 15 when they started. Okay, now where does the parasocial come into this? Well, his fans, right? His fans think that he is Neo from the Matrix. They think that he is, you know, they believe everything. Even they can see this evidence. They have probably taken that course. They have not put two and two together, or they will try to justify it by age of consent laws in other countries, which I don't give a fuck about. Like I said, he was still going after teenage girls. So yeah, fuck Andrew Tate. But this is a predatory parasocial relationship. Even though he knows the girls, right? It is predatory on the guys that watch the cam. It's predatory on the guys who follow him and who worship him. It is predatory on his cult. Fuck his cult. If you're one of them and you're in my comments, I don't care. Like, don't come at me with shit in my comments. Because I don't give a fuck about what the legal age is on that. She's 18. She's 15, bro. She was 15. Don't give a fuck. Right? I look at people weird when they talk about dating 18-year-olds. Because they're kids. But still, it's predatory. And this is a predatory example of parasocial relationships that stem from a predatory source. I don't know, I'm saying predatory a lot, but this is just one of those where he's telling on himself in his own little training videos. So if you can defend that, you know, shut the fuck up. Like, just shut the fuck up. There's no way to defend it. I don't care. I don't care. But this is just an example of negative parasocial relationships. And one of the worst kinds. I'm not going to be calling out YouTubers for doing this. I'm not. I will be doing a video on it, but I'm not going to be calling them out on it necessarily. I'm not going to be calling anybody out by name. But yeah, if you like this video, leave me a like, share, subscribe. Get this out, guys, because I'm doing a whole series on parasocial relationships and parasitic social relationships like this. So, yeah, definitely, let me know what you think of it. But until then, become ungovernable.